Transition to Anna Gilligan. She had a interesting experience recently in New York.
Yeah, I did. Because you know, when you're a native New Yorker, you often don't do the tour bus things. So I actually had a really great time. I was excited to go on the ride. It's a very unique bus tour in that the layout of the bus is completely different. So you're interacting with New Yorkers.
So it's called The Ride.
It's called The Ride.
The Ride.
There's spontaneous performances out on the street. You learn some information from very witty tour guides. So here are some highlights from my ride.
It's the best experience. The city's got a lava nugget.
That rap was just the beginning of our entertaining tour of New York City aboard The Ride.
Oh, baby, can you get one more chance?
For 75 minutes, we got spontaneous performances, pop quizzes.
You can tell us the official title of this building right here.
Penn Station.
Penn Station.
Penn Station is...
And interactions with New Yorkers through our giant bus windows.
Some people are going to wave, some people are going to take our pictures.
Yes.
Some New Yorkers might wave with just one finger,
That
but that's
happens.
them saying, you're number one.
Fortunately, the New Yorkers we encountered were lovely and only gave us 5-finger waves. Meanwhile, our very funny guides Scott and Jackie made the time fly by with their banter.
You're all probably wondering, what are we doing here on this big, crazy sideways bus?
Tell you what I'm doing.
What's that?
Made a couple of mistakes in undergrad.
Before long, the spontaneous performances began, like the man who rang in the New Year in Times Square in the middle of March.
Kiss a stranger!
But they did keep the interaction going, teaching us the spring break wave and getting the group to sing.
We're in the money.
And then a wonderful surprise on the street when an ordinary-looking pedestrian broke out into dance. And it wasn't just the entertainment that was fun to watch, but also the unfazed passers-by.
Oh, wow!
Nope, not a leg over his head nor lying on the ground got anyone to stop except one mailman who was very amused.
That's right, yeah, you heard it from me. I want to give a shout out to my people here from Germany. Oh, that's what's up.
Then the New Year's Eve guy showed up again, but as a rapper who knew the personal information about our group. Most people on the bus were tourists, and they learned some very important New York history.
Let me put it this way. If you told your friends in 1985 you were coming to 42nd Street to get on the ride, you were talking about a different experience.
Yeah.
Over here by the Playpen, which is actually not a great place to drop the kids.
And then it got classy again, right by Columbus Circle with a beautiful ballerina. Oh, and then look who she bumped into. And appropriately, we finished off our bus tour by getting fully into the New York spirit.
New York, New York.
In a city that doesn't sleep, it's up to you and New
I like the way Anna sings. Let's get on.
Go, Anna!
It was a lot of fun. Tickets are $74 and they leave several times a day. And I have to say, if you go as a New Yorker, if you're bringing people visiting in town, you really will be amused. A lot of the jokes are like, sometimes they're there for New Yorkers, and then the other jokes the tourists will definitely get.
Anna, what's your favorite? Extra crispy or original recipe?